Welcome to Disruption Weekly for the week of May 31st, 2024. I'm Devin Spear. Let's jump right into it. And what would a week of disruptive news be if we didn't mention the name Elon Musk? Elon and his xAI company, I guess an AI division of Twitter, X, has announced that they've raised $6 billion. Remember when a $6 million venture raise seemed like a lot of money? They've raised $6 billion. More importantly, the company is valued at $24 billion. The current product, called Grok, kind of sucks. No one uses it or likes it. But guess what you can do with $6 billion from your friends at Andreessen Horowitz and Sequoia? And A16Z is they understand what's happening with the AI race. What you do is you buy 100,000 NVIDIA H100 chips. So the ability to buy all this massive hardware, build the world's greatest, awesomest data center, according to Elon, that won't open until next year, will allow xAI to be a real contender for the AI arms race with Google, Gemini, OpenAI, ChatGPT. So let's see what happens. It's exciting, and don't ever count Elon out. Speaking of someone not to count out yet is Google, one of the Magnificent Seven. Google has been working on their AI overview, AI embedded content in Google search, and it's not going so well. They've gotten a lot of bad press in the last week about things going wrong, including when you ask how to keep cheese on a pizza, Google's AI, Gemini, suggests you add 1/8 of a cup of non-toxic glue, which is what I would have done. It's good that it knows that. Along with what's your daily rock intake? How many rocks should someone eat every day? Which came from a satire article in the Onion website many years ago. So Google is having a training problem. That's what's happening. They haven't mastered the hallucination. It's a good reminder that everybody should be really checking on the results. I don't do that enough. I just take, what GPT now 4.0 gives me and almost use it verbatim. So checking on, is this even logical and does it make sense? And trust it for all the things it does do right. But Google will correct the problem. Google will dominate some of the generative AI world, as you would expect. A lot like Microsoft. Microsoft, another one of the reoccurring themes in this weekly newsletter, has announced that they've been partnering with Khan Academy. Khan Academy is probably the leader in online higher education. And apparently they've been doing this for a couple of months. They have over 65,000 students and a whole bunch of teachers using this project called Khanmigo, or maybe I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's designed to give the educators and limited access to 170 million registered users that use Khan's tools, give them access to AI. I'm sure there's a lot of safeguards and limitations. It actually uses Microsoft's Pi technology. But the fascinating thing here is you're going to see every higher education institution use some form of AI at the core level of teaching in the syllabus. I'm not an educator with any expertise. I just know that they can't afford to compete without it, because why even get a college degree? In the category of innovative hardware, there's a company called IO, spelled IYO. These guys are a spin out of Alphabet. Alphabet's the parent company of Google. The product is called IO1. It's going to launch this winter, $600, sounds affordable. It looks like these things on the screen, these big earpods. But that's the cool part about it. Unlike Humane, remember that was the company that had the little button with the laser control in your hand that has been completely trashed, thanks to Marcus. And then the other product that even my son Noah is using, called the Rabbit R1, people say it's almost useless. And there's a lot of belief that company wasn't being forthright and honest about their commitment or expectations to develop it. Some interesting news about the Rabbit. But aside from these first failures of AI-dedicated hardware, this company and their founder, Jason Ruggiero, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, seems to be doing something different. And the proof is in this TED Talk. Jason does a really fantastic TED Talk around the hardware product and how voice in your ears as a permanent and persistent co-pilot. It's with you all day long, and you're just having a conversation with this AI voice, like Jarvis and Iron Man. And I know the really cool part of the technology is it allows you to focus on different audio profiles or audio sources where you can filter out background noise and just hear conversation. I was impressed with the TED Talk and his demo. I think this has got a good chance of getting traction where the previous attempts didn't. So check out one from IO. And then if you haven't given up on the non-fungible token world, the NFTs after the overhyping during crypto summer 2021, now is the time to get serious about Web3 and the blockchain and see where NFTs are going next. A Swiss fintech firm is trying to make use of non-fungible tokens using different ERC protocols to allow the token, the NFT, to authenticate all your data and your credentials. It's also known as KYC, know your customer, for one purpose, to give you a Swiss bank account. And along with that really cool Swiss bank account, that coveted access to private banking in Switzerland, you'd have this thing, the Fiat 24 Visa card. I'm just intrigued with what they're doing. They seem to be well funded. This is an interesting article to read about the tech. But the bottom line would be, the blockchain is going to disrupt the financial industry, just like it's going to disrupt many parts of the former internet world. That's why it's Web3. And this is the first time I've seen anybody attach it to a Swiss bank account. So very interesting, and another one of many comebacks of validated projects in the non-fungible token NFT world. And lastly, the trucking company, the auto manufacturer and the commercial trucking company Volvo announced something called the VNL autonomous truck and the software called Aurora a few weeks ago, last week at the Las Vegas truck show. And what makes this really interesting is, you'd immediately say, wow, this is horrible for truck drivers, truck operators, because autonomous trucks are going to be carrying trailers across the country. But when you read into the article, and they've driven something like 1 billion, look at this, they've driven over 1 billion virtual miles, simulated miles, but 1.5 million commercial miles on public roads. That's serious. I didn't know they had made that much progress. But when you delve into the article, you see there's a shortage of 80,000 truck drivers last year in 2023. This is according to the American Journal of Transportation. And there will be a projected 160,000 needed drivers, that there's not humans to sit in the cab by the year 2030. So to move goods and services across our country, we're going to have something drive 53-foot cargo containers, and why not make it an AI? And it's coming across every category. Autonomous vehicles are happening faster than you realize. That's it for this week. The Disruption Weekly recap on May 31st, 2024. Please subscribe to the newsletter and the link below here on LinkedIn. Always reach out to me if you have any interest in a particular topic. And I hope you have a great weekend.